everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Look, forget the intro. I just need to get straight into it because what I just watched was an absolute disgrace. And I'm not going to speak about performances just yet. We need to get straight into it and talk. Today was the Merseyside derby between Liverpool and Everton, the last derby at Goodison Park. And it wasn't even about the two teams on the pitch. Do you know how insane that is? It's the last Merseyside derby at Goodison Park. The highlights of the match are not even from the two teams on the pitch. The highlights are from that one man that has cost many, many teams over the years. Someone that's had it in for Liverpool, and it's been evident with that Doku challenge last season. He was in charge of that Virgil van Dijk tackle by Pickford on Virgil van Dijk, sorry, that did his ACL. Handing out yellow cards left, right, and centre, playing to the occasion, sending Slot off, sending Decore off, sending Jones off. That one man is Michael Oliver. What an absolute disgrace of a refereeing performance that is tonight. What some person in the comments is going to turn around and say to me, but Liverpool accumulated less XG than Everton in the game, which is fine. Liverpool were not great. But you have to look at where the two goals came from. The first goal, Everton's score, comes from a free kick, which is not a free kick. He kicks the ground, Njai. The ball gets played into Beto. Beto scores. It's not a free kick. No problem. Liverpool come back into the game. McAllister with a brilliant header. Salah with a brilliant cross to McAllister. No problem with that goal. The Salah goal. Jones comes into the box. Nunes plays Jones. Jones curls it in. Pickford parries straight into the path of Salah. Salah scores 2-1. No problem with that goal either. The last Everton goal. Salah is on the break. He's being fouled. No free kick. Everton turn the ball over. They go and score themselves. In build up to that goal, Konate is also fouled. And then James Tarkowski comes at the back post, somehow from somewhere scores a ridiculous half volley. Everton drew the game, 2-2, draw the game. And not only am I going to speak about the fouls, but if you look at the time of the goal, the minutes added on were 5. Tarkowski scores in 90 plus 7 or 8. Who's that down to? Who's in control of that match? If there's 5 minutes added time, you play 5 minutes of added time. You don't play 10, 15, 20, 30, or another whole game. Why? For what? Someone's going to then turn around and say to me, oh, you're just saying that because this happened to you. But no, as a rival supporter, I speak to people. As a football fan, you speak to people. If this happened to your club, you would be screaming and shouting and complaining. And I'm trying to stay as calm as I can. But that is an absolute disgrace. How is this happening in our game still? How? As a football fan, how can you allow this? I understand as a rival fan, your rival fans watching are going to be loving this. United, Chelsea, City, etc., whatever it is. But this is the Premier League. How are referees making errors like this? How are they doing this? How is this allowed? You've got VAR, you've got a linesman, you've got fourth official, you've got all the technology in the world, you've got semi-automated offsides coming into the Premier League as well. And errors like this are still being done. Errors like this are still being, put into the limelight. And what are we going to get? A PGMOL apology. Oh, sorry, it should have been a free kick to Liverpool. Oh, sorry, the goal shouldn't have stood. What's that going to do for us now? We're 7 points ahead. It should be 9. And I've just named you 3 things in the build-up to that goal that shouldn't have stood. The goal itself, because of the time of the game, the match should be done. The foul on Konate and the Salah foul. And as a football fan, how do you enjoy this? Because this is going to happen to your club and you're going to be making the same video on your channels. Football fans are going to be speaking about this on X, on Instagram, on TikTok. It's a disgrace. This shouldn't be happening. People in charge are paid huge amounts of money and they just want to be in the limelight. I don't understand it. We have all that stuff with David Coote that's come out. No problem. He's been sacked for his own reasons. No problem. But how is football in the Premier League still being officiated like this? 2 teams on the pitch. And those two teams didn't even put the worst performances on the pitch. It was Michael Oliver. And I hate calling out referees and I hate calling out individuals, but what else can you do? What else can you do? And by no mean were Liverpool good today, because they weren't. They were really, really bad. 6 shots all game. It's not good enough. Simply not good enough. They also struggled to turn up at Goodison Park. A lot of draws, defeated last season as well. The only time Liverpool really, took Everton to the sword was that 4-1 win in December of 2021, the 21-22 season, that 4-1 victory. Other than that, Liverpool don't win at Goodison. At Anfield's a bit of a different story. But today, Liverpool are not great. But you look at the 2 goals Everton scored, it came from what? It came from what? Incompetent refereeing. Silly decisions. And that is where you have to point your finger at them. He's handing out yellow cards left, right, and center. He's handing out red cards to Decore, to Arne Slot, to Curtis Jones right at the end. He's handing out yellow cards. There was more. I've never heard the whistle more times in my life. And I played Sunday League. Well, I did. I played for my university. I played for my college. I played football at a Sunday League grassroots level. And I've never heard the whistle as much as I heard today in the Merseyside derby. I've never seen so many yellow cards being handed out in a game. It felt like there's about 50 yellow cards and there's 22 players on the pitch. Puts everything into context. What more can I say? Everton did what they had to do. They're always going to do that. They're going to play to the occasion. They're the ones 16th. They're the ones that are going to play behind the ball and, long balls, make it dirty and nasty and gritty. It's a David Moyes kind of team. Got Branthwaite, Tarkowski in there, Beto. It's long balls from Pickford. He's winning everything. Salah got man of the match and he got a goal and assist. But other than that, he was fairly anonymous. Cody Gakpo was fairly anonymous. Luis Diaz was not great. Gravenberch was obviously substituted. Van Dijk and Konate had a bit. Konate was better than Van Dijk. Van Dijk had a bit of a torrid time. So did Robertson. So did Conor Bradley. Stop playing to the occasion, because this should have been a 9-point lead. I'm not going to defend, my club here, because it wasn't a good enough performance and it didn't warrant 3 points. But if you look at where the 2 goals came from for Everton, it comes from poor refereeing decisions. And that's all you have to kind of caveat. You have to caveat the whole situation for what it is. It's not good enough. And this should not be happening in the Premier League. This should not be happening in English football now. Because long story short, like I said before, when it happens to your club, when it's going to cost you and your team is trying to win a title or a trophy or whatever it is, it's not going to be good. And you're going to be making the same video. And it's as simple as that. What more do you want me to say other than the FA, the PGMOL need to come together. They need to decide who's fit to referee in this country, because Michael Oliver is supposed to be the best referee in England. He's UEFA licensed as well. He goes to all the World Cups. He goes to the European Championships, and he referees most of the big games in the Premier League. I don't know why these lot just want to attention seek. Doesn't make sense to me. And this is where I really hope that they install something where referees have to come out after games and, give their call and give why they made this decision and that decision. Because as soon as that goal went in, that was never going to be ruled out. You saw the eruption from the Gladys Street and the Everton supporters after they scored the equaliser. Imagine Michael Oliver disallowed that goal. It would have been chaos. Chaos. So I get it, but you don't play to the occasion. That's not your job. Your job is to referee a football match. That's what you're paid to do. You're not paid to be in the newspapers, the headlines. You're paid to referee a game fairly with your brain. Because when you don't use your brain, you drop performances like that. And I have to give credit to Everton because that's a ridiculous goal from Tarkowski. They had their plan. They executed the plan beautifully. And for Liverpool, a lead that should be 9 has been cut to 7. They just don't want Liverpool to wrap up this league very, very quickly. They're thinking in their heads, it's February. The league can't be done in February. No, we have to make it interesting. We have to add some drama. It can't be only Man City allowed to run away with the league, not Liverpool. They can't do it. And the year Liverpool do it was COVID. The year Liverpool try to do it again, they get done. Absolutely done. But no excuses Performance wasn't good enough, and it probably warranted a draw if I'm talking about the performances. The refereeing performances are another discussion, but Wolves on a weekend for Liverpool, something needs to change because Arsenal kick off before Liverpool. They play Leicester at, the King Power. Expected Arsenal win. Let's see what the rest of the season brings. 14 games to go. Still in a comfortable position. Still 7 points. Still a decent lead. That's all I really can say. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.